Right, starting in the hallway, as you come through the door, I've got me sweeping up stuff, and I've got my pochard boxes, because I used to do plein air quite a lot. I really need to get on with that again, because I haven't done it for a little while. I need to get back out. I've got Jackson's one. I've got one that I made myself. I've got a nice Jackson's half French easel, and this one down here is one that I made. That's one that I can put onto a tripod, and I can use my pastels. I can even use it for oils if I like, but I did make that specifically for pastels. Well, that's the hallway. There you go. There's the roof if you want to have a look at it. Right, okay, that's the hallway. And as we turn, I've got a few various bits and pieces here that I use, again, for studio work. And I've got a few bits and pieces of surfing paraphernalia, because I used to do surfing at one point, but just too fat now, so I won't do it so much. I've got lots of skulls and other bits and pieces. Some of them I've macerated myself, and some of them I've just collected. That's a lot of little prints. As we turn around here, this is me, I've got my mount board there, and various books. Just next to the books, I've got a stack of framed paintings and drawings, and there's my printer all covered up because it does get a little bit dusty out here. I back onto a field, and when the farmers are doing their bits and pieces, it just gets filthy. I just started an ink drawing. I haven't actually put any ink on yet, but I've been laying it out. That's for another Corvid. I've been putting some metal flake on some of the prints that I do. They're quite popular. That's quite a good thing to do. Here's my work desk with an old dilapidated computer that I use for images sometimes. Little stand that I put my camera on sometimes, or my phone. I put my camera on that one. And there's more stuff that I use for still life. I've got a collection of bottles, and jars, all different types of stuff. This one is getting a little collection of gold flake that comes off down there. I've got some prepared panels down there, all ready for my oil painting. And this is my oil painting corner. This can be taken off. There's my collection of brushes and my paints. Glass top. I've got this little easel here, and what I can do is I can pull out this drawer, then I put a board on it, and I can put my board on it, and I can put my still life subject up there, and I can paint it from there, which is quite handy. I'm going to put this on wheels so I can use it as an island, pulling it about in the studio. I'm going to try that idea. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Got another easel there on the wall with a nice little light. I do some chainsaw carving as well. There's an owl that I'm doing at the moment. Got to do a bit of grinding up on that, get that looking nice. That's made out of solid oak, that, so hopefully you'll see that when that's finished. Underneath here I've got my array of pastels. Then my soft pastels. Here's my hard pastels. There's some spare soft pastels. And there's some spare soft pastels. Colour chart. That's a painting I've done previously. That was something I did as a demonstration for an art club. Just letting that dry. And there's some other various bits and pieces of my work. Little drawer of bits and pieces. Now this print is of this painting. And I'm thinking about changing this painting to look more like that print, because I like the print better. Got any comments on that? Please put some comments down below. That's a tiger. Not happy with that. I can't put any more layers on that, so I don't know why I told you it was a tiger. Hopefully it's obvious it is, but I can't put any more layers on that. Not happy with it, so that's going in the bin. And I have said on a previous video that I'm not going to bother with animal portraits anymore. Anyway, that's my space. It's not big, by no means small. Does me a treat. Right, okay guys, that was a quick tour of my studio. Hope you enjoyed that. I know it was only a short studio tour. If you want it to make it last any longer, if you play it in half speed, it makes it look as though it's a really huge space I've got, so no worries on that. Anyway, should I do a painting now? I might as well, hadn't I? Because I've not used up too much time at all. So let's get on with something, shall we? Okay, the surface I'm going to be painting on is a plywood that I've prepared myself with a clear gesso. It gives a nice bit of tooth. I've decided I'm going to convert one of my digital paintings that I did. It was a still life I did of a couple of peppers. I did that using Art Rage. So I thought I might just convert that into a proper painting. And the colours I've got out and I'm going to be using are mainly Jackson's colours. It's cadmium yellow. I've got a Winsor & Newton Winton cadmium orange hue, and a Jackson's cadmium red, and a cerulean blue hue, and French ultramarine, and a small piece of yellow ochre. Might not even use that, but put it on there just in case. And some Michael Harding titanium white. I love the consistency of this. It's a beautiful paint. I've got a big tin of his paints, but I'll mainly use those for commissions. And the brushes I'm going to be using are a couple of Princeton's Catalyst, a Jackson's Procryl, and a couple of Jackson's Black Hog. I love those brushes. Jackson's, Black Hogs, and the Princeton's, my favourite brushes by far at the moment. Well, I've mixed my colours, ready to rock and roll. As you can see, I've made a couple of marks with a pencil just to make sure that I don't go off the surface, because you know how easy that is. You start drawing one bit and then you go over and you've made it way too big or way too small. So I like to make a few marks anyway before I even start drawing it out with a little bit of a weak mixture of cad red and ultramarine blue. It's quite a dark surface, so I'm hoping it won't distract it too much with my painting and my values whilst I'm painting. So let's see, because I've just left this board quite natural. I've not giving it any colour of any type. It's the sort of board that I used to take out when I was doing more plein air painting. I haven't done that for a while. I really need to, as I've said before, I really need to get out and start painting it again. I got a little bit despondent because really landscapes aren't really my thing. And in Britain we just got too much green. Oh, that can be a bit boring, can't it? So, you know, I gave up on it a little bit. But it's good practice. Especially when you practice stuff that you're not really into. If you persevere, it makes you look, makes you watch, makes you see. So I should stop being a bit of a baby about it and just get out there and paint. Especially now there's summer's here. Oh, just dropped me paintbrush. Right. I'll probably be, as in most of my videos, I'll probably be doing a bit of fast forwarding, stopping, chatting, fast forwarding, stopping, chatting. I'm not going to bother with music again. As I said on my, if you've been on my last video, you'll see that I did ask a question, you know, should I put music onto these videos? And well, I was told no, don't worry. So I'm not going to bother. So it'll just be the noises of the paint and the noises of me droning on, maybe trying to talk about something, even if it's something I don't really know a lot about, which is painting, I suppose. But I think I'm going to have to pin that down somehow, because I can see that going for a Burton as well. But anyway, don't take long. I've got the initial sketching, don't look too bad. I can start laying down some paint soon. But before I do, I'm going to make sure that I clamp it to there. So be back in about 2 secs. Right, that's clamped. Nice big clamp. You can't see it on the video, but that's, the clamp's nearly the same size as the actual panel. So yeah. You might hear me dogs here playing out in the back garden at the moment, so you might hear the dogs every now and again. You'll probably hear the chickens like you usually do if you're a returner. But yeah, let's just hope we don't hear too many people roaring up and down the road from the pub. So well, what I might do is start with the background just to establish the shapes of these things. As I say, I did originally do this in on the iPad. I haven't got a professional one. I've just got a little 10-inch version, cheapest one you could find, because you know what us artists are like, we're all a bit of a skinflint. So I call myself an artist on the loosest terms, of course, but you know, that's the way it is. But yeah, no, I got into the digital art mainly because it was a discussion that we was having at one of the art clubs that I belong to, and people were discussing whether it was art or not. And I was saying, well, of course it is art if you're doing it. If you're just chucking a filter on something and saying, yeah, I did that, that's not art. That's yeah, that isn't. So I agree on that principle. But no, if you're painting it the same way as I do, I just use my digital programs the same way as I would do with my paintbrushes and that. So, you know, so it is art. And yeah, I enjoy doing it. It's quite a good one to, as in this, a precursor to a normal, as we say, normal painting. But you know, that's only us old farts that say that new technology is not normal, but it is. It's a standard now. I don't know what your thoughts are about AI art, but all I've heard about it so far is, yeah, it's not something that I'm that interested in. This surface is so beautiful. If you're not painted on ply before, give it a try. It's really nice. If you get some of that Liquitex clear gesso, however you want to say that word, get yourself some, because that has got such a beautiful texture. I use it for my pastels when I prepare paper, watercolor paper for my pastels. I use that, and yeah, you can put as many coats on as you like. You can give it a nice tooth, something to dig your pastels into, and yeah, give it a try. Really nice texture to paint on. I just started doing these craft fairs with my daughter, and I take along a few paintings and I'll sell a few here and there. But the other week I was talking to one of the guys there, and he's a wood turner, and he started to use gold flake on his pieces, and he was saying, you know, what it's like to use. And I've got some prints of birds that I did. I did a big series of paintings or ink drawings of corvids and British birds basically. And well, I've done a few prints, and what I've done is I bought some metal flake, three different colours, only cheap, and I've put some behind some of the prints that I've done, and it really does give them a nice little boost. It's lovely. So yeah, I'll be doing that a few more times, I should imagine, which is really nice. I have just bought myself another beautiful light for the studio to light the painting up and to light me up whilst I'm on screen, and in a good old fashion, the way I am, I've not bothered getting it out. I've left that. I'm just using this nice little overhead light. It's got a daylight bulb in there, and I've got a couple of spotlights on as well, which got daylight bulbs. They're not that brilliant, I must say, but yeah, so the lighting that I've bought to make me look a bit more professional, it's going to be a bit harder, I suppose. Yeah, I've not bothered getting out, so not really matters. If you're a new YouTuber and you've just started your own channel, don't worry about getting loads of kit. Don't need it. At the moment, this whole video so far has been done on my phone. I've got a lovely G7 camera that I do a lot of my videos with, but no, I've got that neatly tucked up, not even bothered getting that out. So you don't need all the kit, really don't. I'm never going to be monetized, so I haven't got to be all lovely and promoting a certain space that you can do your videos on. If you're still with me, I learned something the other day that if you put a thumbs up or a like on my channel, it makes YouTube like me more. So if you could do that for me, please, that'd be very nice of you. We all like likes. Right, probably play about with the colours of that again a little bit further on. Let's not concentrate on one area too much, because it can disrupt the rest of the painting. I'm still using just the one brush at the moment, so I might not even use any of the others. I don't know if you just heard that cockerel. We've got quite a young cockerel out there, and every now and again he's like a teenager. His crow doesn't come out quite right, and yeah, it's quite funny sometimes. We've got 3 cockerels in there at the moment. They get on. There he goes. This bright green really pops on this board, and the paint that's going down really nice. It's a real treat to get it on there. I'm going to be using this combination again, and that's with the clear gesso. Lovely stuff. Well, thanks for staying with us this long. I appreciate that. As you may have noticed by now, my videos aren't how-tos, but more of a here's how I go about things. I do hope to give tips if I can along the way that are hopefully helpful. You could say this painting is a study in complementary colours, where this gorgeous blue and this beautiful orange are just bouncing off of each other. It's great. Funny enough, if I titled this video Painting with Complementaries, it would probably get less views and interest, as sometimes technical details put people off. So that's why mine are mainly trying to help you stealthily. Even I don't realise I'm doing it half the time, to be honest. In the picture, there's a lovely bit there that's like a mixture of the green, really lime green, and the orange. That's a beautiful colour. If you have just started to do oil painting, or any type of painting that is, and you're doing still lifes or even copying from photographs, the one tip that I can give you is don't try to get it precise. Don't try to get realism, especially if you've only just started, because being disappointed can put you off painting, and that's the last thing you want to do, is be put off painting. So just do your best. Don't get too upset, because even people that have been painting for a long time like myself and other artists, a lot of people won't put up their mistakes, and they do still make mistakes. So don't think everything is perfect for these professional artists and these guys that we all look up to, that we follow. So if you are just starting out, don't get disheartened. Oh, it sounds like it started raining outside. Huh. No, it's my wife watering the plants. Oh God, there goes the dogs. I've got German Shepherd and a Doberman. Doberman's a bitch, and German Shepherd's a dog. And yeah, they get on quite well. The Doberman's still only a pup, so she's still learning. He's teaching her how to be naughty. So I keep stepping back and looking at what I'm achieving in the monitor, because it's like looking at it with a different set of eyes. You're painting, so if you are doing a painting, you think, oh, there's something wrong there. If you get your camera out, take a picture of it, even turn it upside down, your picture, you'll find what you're seeing is wrong, because you look at it with a different set of eyes. Nearly finished. Nice short one. Another tip, if you're just starting out, is people say buy what you can afford, and that is so true. If you can afford something that's better than the real cheap stuff, please buy it, because you can get so discouraged and despondent if you do go too cheap with what you buy, especially with paints. Just love that orange and the green mixture. It's beautiful. Well, as I thought, I managed to do the whole painting with just the one brush, which was the Princeton number 6 flat. I think on this size panel, the largest I would go would be maybe a number 8, maybe a 10 to do the background, but mainly a number 8. I've also not used any medium at all, so it's just the paint. You don't need the medium too much. Just paint and something to clean your brush, in between or at the end. That's all you really need. So you don't need to go into all of this mediums and that. Just wipe your brush on a tissue or a cloth in between strokes, that's all. I'll use a little bit of Gamsol to dip into to get the bigger bits of paint off, but that's about it. I don't really mix it in with the paints anyway. I've not slavishly tried to copy the original painting that I did with Art Rage, but I've mainly used it as a reference, and I've got plenty of other digital still lifes that I've done, and I think I might convert a few others. So watch this space and pop back again if you've enjoyed this one. Right, that's it. I'm going to call that it. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed painting that tremendously. It's only a short one. Nice little study. They don't have to be epic. They don't have to be beautiful. They don't have to be realistic. Just enjoy painting. That's all I do. Just enjoy it. Please come again. Please like and please subscribe. I like to have subscribers and I like people to like it. What's not to like? See you again soon, hopefully. Cheers, chaps. Bye.